Good morning, everybody. I hope you are doing great, had a great night. If you are in the ice and snowstorm, I feel your pain because it's getting icy here. I've seen some of the pictures of the weather and I don't like it. Of course, where I am, people aren't used to driving in this weather. We don't get that much of it. So on our local news, there's already people, that drove off into ditches and, stuff like that. Not cool. Not cool at all. So let's see who's in here. Karen Wisdom, thank you for being a new member. Welcome. There's Kevin B. Celeste, we'll be busy with contracts and plumbers, but I'll be here. Woo, busy morning. Sarah, go Rams. Missed you yesterday, Sarah. Matrix, good morning. Chris, good morning. DT Driver. There's our friend Lip Lock No More. Sharon, good morning. Then we have another Sharon. Hello, Wendy. Hey, just me. Angel P, how's it going? Stardust, Amanda. Got a few new names in here. Hit the sub button. There's not a Wells supporter. Could you pick a better YouTube handle than that? Kind of says it all. There's our friend Deb, Fruit Loop. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far. Two Boston moms. Good morning. Good morning, Brooks and Kevin. How's everyone today? Snow, and snow here today. Gotta love wintertime. I saw the pictures of your weather. Momo of 11, good morning to you. It is Momo of 11's birthday today, everyone. So don't forget to tell her happy birthday. Don't forget, we're actually going to play her a song here in a little bit. There's my friend Pat. Hey, Pat. Hey, Wolf Cat. So let everybody get settled in and see what is going on with our buddy Kevin. Like I said, if I missed you, I'll grab you through the show because you guys are always putting up the best comments that you can possibly put on YouTube. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Brooks. It's been a long time since I talked to you.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
So, your weather's crazy, right?
It's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting here that's just scrolling through all the closings going on. But we don't get enough of it to get like equipment and everything like that to keep things open. So
right, it's not like you guys have tons of plow trucks.
No.
Did they close the schools?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yep, the schools are closed.
Well, anyway, I wanted to say hi to everybody. I am so glad you're here. This is going to be a good one. I want to say hi to my sister. I know she's listening out in Colorado, and she probably won't go to work today either. They're getting pounded too.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that system came from that direction, the one that we're getting.
Yeah, it affected us a little bit. What happened is the Arctic air is coming out of the north, and then you got this big movement of air out of the south. So when the two collide, it's a recipe for snow. And in Colorado, they call those Albuquerque lows, and those are their worst storms for sure. Blizzards. Yep.
Well, and did you hear we're getting 6 more weeks of winter?
Oh. The groundhog didn't see a shadow.
Didn't see his shadow this morning. I saw it on the news. I just put
they
this
need to wake him
up.
back up.
That's the groundhog's. If you look on the screen, I put this up. That's the groundhog's ex-wife. This is Phil's ex-wife, Phyllis, who now lives in Florida and says that Phil is a compulsive liar.
That is so funny. Oh my God.
Maybe we will get an earlier spring. Maybe he's a liar.
That is so funny, Brooks. That cracks me up.
Yeah, I thought that was funny too.
I hope they just need to wake that groundhog back up. Let him try again.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
And I thought that goes along fitting with what we're talking about today.
Yes, ma'am.
All the lies, and did they pass a lie detector? I think we're going to talk about that today. Oh, by the way, Kevin, congrats.
What's that?
You got your way. Tom Brady officially retired. He announced it on
Yes.
Instagram yesterday.
Woo!
There you go.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was over the moon about that.
I knew you were.
Yep. Granted, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. Granted, for sure. But it's time to mosey on, buddy, because there's some showtimers that are going to be stepping up.
Yep. Yep. So that's an end of an era. So
Yeah,
anyway,
it's kind of sad, but in a way, I'm glad. So,
yeah, let him get on with. I mean, he's given us 22 years of really good football.
hey, and the other thing, the reason he retired, he gets a feather in his hat from me. It's because of his wife and his children. He wants to spend time with them. You go, Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you go, buddy. That's awesome, in my opinion.
I got some people in here saying they love snow. Wolfcat said, "Bye-bye, Tom." Wolfcat has no shits to give. Bye-bye, Tom. So I'm going to go over some comments from yesterday's show about summer. A lot of people reaching out to me going, "Am I the Judy you're talking about?" No. The Judy I was talking about that said that I was judgmental, she goes by the last name Roethlisberger. I'm going to assume she's no relation to Ben. I'm also going to assume that's not her real name. So no, it wasn't any of the cool Judys that are in here. No worries there. All right, so here we go. Here is another comment. I have been saying this all along. Their language is so bad. It didn't just start when summer got gone. These children have been listening to this bad language all their life. That is child abuse in my book. It's in my book too. Why would you subject your children to that type of language?
It's absolutely unbelievable, in my
This is
opinion.
not new behavior.
Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
I can't, let alone the language. Imagine the behavior those kids seen. Oof.
Oh, we know they did because 3 of them are in
Ooh,
foster care. And that wasn't because of the dangers. We discussed that. If it was dangerous for them, it's dangerous for Dawn and Candace. They would all be in protective custody. They'd be in a hotel somewhere.
great point.
If they're truly getting harassed up on that hill, the way he says.
And we all know it's opposite day again.
Opposite
Ain't
day. But I
nobody
love
going
I
up
love
there.
this comment because, like I said, they didn't just snap when summer went missing. They've been this way.
Yeah. That's okay though. Oh, but Donnie Boy slipped up on that little when he almost said what they took him because of a welfare kid. Well, then he switched it right up and he goes because it was dangerous. Bullshit, Don. The only thing that's dangerous is you and your damn wife.
Yep. Danny makes things. Just caught the last few minutes live, running replay now, but I did hear what Brooks said about this channel and community, which is an absolute fact. At Brooks, at Kevin, the amazing mods and wonderful subs are truly a family. The integrity, intelligence, and abundance of great people in this community, and yes, I do claim my spot in it, not something I feel comfortable saying elsewhere, is so rare and so special. Troll away, haters. We know who our people are, and you are powerless here. That is my favorite comment. You are so right.
That is smoking.
We got each other's backs. We are friends. We agree to disagree, and we move along. We don't need those people.
Absolutely not.
Yep.
Love
that. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Danny.
That comment right there was, that's a heartfelt comment.
Okay, then it was, I heard a detective say once that always sticks out with me. If you want to know how someone died, you first must know how they lived. I love this comment. It takes me back to and it gave me chills when Chris McDonough was in the dungeon and he said, "I understand Summer now." That is such a powerful statement where he said, "I understand Summer now." He's looking at a damp, dark, dungeon with a mattress and a torn blanket and a little tub full of toys. I understand her now.
Yeah, that's so sad,
Hmm.
man. When I saw that dungeon, but we all knew damn good and well before that when I watched that interview and I seen he was gonna, go down there, I was like, I'll bet you this is not a healthy place or an environment for a child in that damn dungeon. I knew damn good and well it was going to be horrific. In my
Just when I
opinion,
saw him crawling down in the hole, I'm like, what are we
yeah,
going into here?
like a rat.
Yeah, Cheryl said that broke my heart, that poor sweet little girl. Yeah, broke my heart too. All right,
Breaks my heart every day.
Our buddy John said Facebook and YouTube is making Don famous for when he walks into jail, he thinks he will get a standing ovation. You're going to get something like that, Don.
Yep, gonna eat good food and get a tan.
Yep. Good food and a tan. But no, he's right. Facebook and YouTube is making Don famous, and he loves it. All right, final comment from yesterday. I agree with Kevin. One day Don is going to blame one person, and it will go south so fast. The cartel is one. I couldn't believe when that was brought up. Knowing what I know, they aren't playing around. Bikers, depending on which, could also be upset. Also, once again, Kat knocked it out of the park with her video. It's also sad to see people excuse the behavior of these two and others like them. I couldn't agree with that more. You can't go around accusing people of heinous crimes and think that there can't be some kind of repercussion.
Yeah, and like I said, the longer this goes on, one of these days, he's going to blame the wrong person, and it's going to go south, and he's right real fast.
Yep, and I am not asking for, I don't want any violence or anything like that, but I mean, you just can't go around doing that, Like,
Absolutely
like you said
not
yesterday,
accusing innocent people of stealing someone's daughter and killing her or whatever. That is absolutely reckless. It's dangerous, and it's absolutely cray-cray.
Yep. Like Tiffany said, there's not going to be one day for Dawn. It's coming together. I believe that. I feel it coming together. I don't know how, but I think something's going to happen soon. Now, not soon enough. I don't mean tomorrow. I don't mean next week, but I think we're coming to something. So today, also, we're going to do part 2 of Kat's video today. So it's kind of 2 subjects we're covering.
Oh, great. I want to see that.
I can't get enough of these videos that she's doing, this 6-part series. But we're going to talk about all their lies. So think of their lies, their deception. Throw it in the comments. I want to know what you think. The biggest one for me are the changing stories that we went through the 15th, 16th, 17th. Walker run, came back 10 minutes later, she was gone. Then we were doing dishes, turned around, she walked out the door barefoot. Well, okay, that makes 0 sense. Then we have the planting flowers and she's taken out of the dungeon. And it's been just a plethora of lie after lie after lie. So a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot, not really. Some people are really hung up on this lie detector test. Well, they passed it, they keep saying. They passed it. They said, if they passed it, why aren't they cleared? We don't know that they passed it. Yes, we heard Ronnie Lawson in the Brian Enton interview. He nodded his head. It wasn't very convincing to me. I cannot find that video clip to save my life. I was going cross-eyed looking for it.
With Brian Enton? I'll find that. I'll get that for you.
Well, not. I need it now.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry.
No, it's okay. So I do have another clip where he's talking to Ronnie Lawson, but it was just driving me crazy. I couldn't find it yesterday because I remember watching it. We did play it on here a couple of times. And when they passed a lie detector test, and it wasn't like he said, "Oh yeah, man, they passed it." He was just like, "Uh-huh. So Kevin found this. Since the Supreme Court has generally upheld the use of deceptive interrogation techniques, nearly all states still allow police to lie to suspects about the results of lie detector tests or the presence of them in order to elicit a sometimes false confession. So basically, I don't know about the false confession thing. I'm not talking about that. They can tell him, yeah, you passed.
Yeah, and in my opinion, that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not tell them? Just keep running your mouth, giving deceptive answers on a lie detector test. I'll bet you they loved every second of that.
Yep. And like Broken Justice said, they knew how to pass it. You can take benzos and you can pass one. I've heard that too. Grammy H, it was an interview with Brian Inton when he said it. Yeah, I just can't find the interview. But anyway, I was going cross-eyed looking for it. I think I watched everything that probably but that one. But anyway, I just remember him talking to him, and he said that they passed the lie detector test, and he just kind of shook his head a little bit. It wasn't very convincing to me. I don't know. I might be looking too much into it. Psychosocial. You're right. Gary Ridgway passed the polygraph. Yep. Oh, Dr. Clark's in here. Hey, Clark. So anyway, I mean, the lie detector is basically a tool. It can't be used in court. But the other day in Discord, Matrix blew everybody's mind, and he's going to come up and talk to us in a little bit. He had a point. He said, but they were questioning them about a missing child, not about a murder. So the lie detector could have been based on, like the prosecutor was saying yesterday, the story they gave them that she's abducted. That's what they could have been asking them, not about foul play. Remember the guy said, it turns out, after a while, it's a total myth, but you have to investigate what you were told. Alicia, they'll pass if they believe their own lies. There's that too.
That was a great comment by Rabbit. It really was. It blew my mind because now that is thinking outside the box. That floored me because nobody has said that. I mean, maybe they were questioning on abduction, not foul play or murder. Mm-hmm. That's very, very possible, and that is very, very huge. It could, I mean, in my opinion, it could be. For sure, it's plausible.
Yep. Chucky said, this isn't one of their lies, just something that haunts me. The fridge with the bullet holes in it and the kids saying that they had been playing hide and seek. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Since when did a broken-ass refrigerator become a playground toy? That is absolutely, that kind of thinking right there. Thank God they don't have them boys. Let damn kids play in an old-ass refrigerator. They tell you, throw them away, chain them shut, take the doors off. That is, man, that's just not smart parenting.
No, and then you go to Dawn saying that they were taken because of all the dangers up there. Well, yeah, you guys are dangerous.
Yeah.
You guys are dangerous.
The biggest danger came from Summer's own parents, or the boys' parents. They're look how dangerous they are. Their behavior is absolutely dangerous. Blaming people for stealing their daughter. What is that? That's dangerous.
It is. It's very dangerous behavior.
And it's so telling.
All right, I'm going to put one video up of Brian Inton's where he's talking to Dawn, and he does talk to Ronnie Lawson. And we're going to discuss that. Then we're going to talk more about lie detector tests. Hold the phone. Are you getting any more robocalls, Kevin?
No, ma'am, not today. Yesterday was the day from hell for me. I mean, it could have been worse, but the minute somebody calls, I'm not in the live anymore. I can't hear nothing. But then when I hang up and I come back, oh, well, I got to boot out and come back in. But yesterday was just 6 phone calls.
Mhm.
And I never get those like that. It was unbelievable. And if it distracted the live yesterday, to everybody watch, I apologize for that. I really do.
Deb said she just got one. Yeah, it happened to Kat one day on the show. She kept getting kicked out because she was getting phone calls.
Yep, it's unbelievable. That just tells me I got to get a laptop.
That's okay. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on that, buddy. All right, let's roll it.
Details and new interviews on a case that we have been covering extensively here on News Nation Prime. 5-year-old Summer Wells has been missing for 5 months. Her parents say she vanished within minutes from their home in Rogersville, Tennessee. But months of searching have come up empty. There have been no new leads and no evidence, not even a sighting of Summer. And suspicion has started to turn to her parents, Don and Candace Wells. They have been adamant that Summer was abducted. But tonight, the sheriff on the case says everyone is a person of interest. Correspondent Brian Enton is live tonight in Tennessee, where he spoke with Summer's dad in his first interview since he appeared on Dr. Phil. Brian.
Marnie, you know, we've talked about this case, we've covered this case, but to be on the ground here in Tennessee, you realize right away just how complex it is. All of the different personalities involved, and just the mystery that this little girl, 5 months later, is still missing. Flying into Tennessee, we weren't sure what to expect. Summer Wells has been missing for 5 months. No new leads, and basically no new information since the 5-year-old vanished from her Northeast Tennessee home.
I can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
Summer's been missing since June 15th, and there are definitely some people who are not happy that we've come here to dig into the case. Some people on social media basically just telling us to stay away. But there are still so many unanswered questions about where Summer is. It's now been 5 months since Summer Wells disappeared. Do your investigators know anything more now than they did 5 months ago?
We really don't know anything more, but everything's still on the table.
Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson is in charge of the...
The reason they don't know anything more is because they're not getting credible tips.
Well, and another thing, in my opinion, I don't think Ronnie Lawson is going to tell this man everything. So that's just my opinion.
No, he's not going to say, oh, yeah, we got this shit sealed up. And remember, this was from November. But again, all of these tips coming in, and we know a lot of them are from people on the internet, okay? We know that. But as far as people in their circle and the three of them, they don't have anything credible to go on. 800 TBI find. I guarantee one of the three of you knows something credible. I promise you do.
The investigation.
Everybody that's involved in this case is a person of interest. We've not ruled anyone out.
Summer's dad.
So who cares about the lie detector test? We don't know what they were asked. We know the Supreme Court upheld it. They can lie to people about their results. So how can you be a person of interest if this is some kind of perfect science?
Don Wells agreed to meet with us. We talked to him on the edge of his property where Summer disappeared.
What do you think happened? What does your heart tell you?
Well, I know in my heart and in my mind she was abducted. Someone snuck up there when we weren't exactly paying attention, and that we don't know if they come in the basement and grabbed her or if she stepped outside the basement.
Did he just say we weren't paying attention as if he was home? Kevin?
Oh, Donnie boy, roll that again there, Brooks.
I know in my heart and in my mind she was abducted. Someone snuck up there when we weren't exactly paying attention.
We weren't exactly paying attention. That's huge. That's huge. Dawn was home.
Yep.
We weren't exactly paying attention.
Yep.
He just said it. That's the reason we go back over these things. We're not listening.
Great point.
We go around. We know what they're trying to sell us. We know what they're trying to sell us. but it's the other stuff. Sarah, we did miss you a lot. Yep, he did.
We're watching you there, Donnie boy.
Kevin, this is like your birthday all over again. I know you're so excited with this.
I am very excited.
What does your heart tell you?
Well, I know in my heart and in my mind she was abducted. Someone snuck up there when we weren't exactly paying attention, and we don't know if they come in the basement and grabbed her, or if she stepped outside the basement and was walking to her swing or something.
All right, so we have 3 adults at home, okay? 3, and we. He didn't say they. Her mother wasn't really paying attention. We. He included himself on this. That's huge.
You can see the Wells house up through the trees on the hill right here. Summer was home with her mom, Candace.
Now, remember, this was in June, though. You might be able to see up to the house now, but in June, you guys remember the pictures. I can put them up if we need a reminder. There was no scene up to that house. It was nothing but just foliage everywhere.
Younger brothers, and her grandmother was also on the property. And what the family thinks happened is that someone took Summer, brought her down this steep embankment to possibly a car that was waiting in the roadway.
And I said, boys, where's your sister at? Well, she was downstairs, mom, to play. So I went over here right there.
Summer's mom, Candace, allowed podcaster Chris McDonough with the interview room into her home in July.
Is this how we get down here? Yep. I don't know if you're looking on here now.
They went downstairs in the cluttered house and into Summer's bedroom.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was.
This is the back door Summer may have disappeared through.
But I know I did come out there and I said, Summer, because sometimes she'll sit right here.
Do you think Candace would speak with me?
I don't know. I mean, we had to beg her, to please go on Dr. Phil, because she's just so been burned thousands of times by people. So that's why she don't want to talk to nobody, and she didn't want to go on Dr. Phil. And that's why she was getting upset, because of the way the YouTubers and other people have.
Kevin, there's Mom Patrol.
Yeah, she don't want to go on. No, she don't want to go anywhere when there's a damn direct question asked of her. Candace, where's your freaking daughter? This is, man, fires me up. This lady right here on this screen knows exactly what happened to Summer, in my opinion.
Yep, she does. Mom Patrol knows.
Turned on her. They've just ruined her.
Very sorry for the occasion.
The Wells were on Dr. Phil last week, and at one point, Candace walked off.
I'm being interrogated again, and I don't want to do this anymore. Yes, I am.
We'll stop. I want you to feel comfortable.
No, I want out, and I want to go home.
I'm down.
Questions have come up about what Candace might know.
Could she have gotten herself into a situation where it wasn't her fault, but
no,
you know what I mean?
No. She's a good mother. She loves her children. She's not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made is maybe choosing some wrong friends, which is, it happened.
Or meeting you in Arkansas.
But other than that, no way.
Do you think any of those wrong friends could have something to do with it?
We don't know.
I know you all have had some ups and downs in your past with alcohol and drugs. Do you think one of those people that came around could have?
No, they only hang around good drug dealers. No, don't go there. Don't go there.
She's a good mom. Yeah, okay. You proved that in Wisconsin too, Candace.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I'm going to look at this comment right now by Dee Dee. It wasn't losing her daughter that ruined her. It was YouTubers. Yeah, that's what ruined her. Good catch, Dee Dee. Good catch. Goodness.
Oh, we can't go there.
Wells says he's limited in what he can say after social services took Summer's 3 brothers from the home earlier this year.
Would you mind just quickly maybe taking us for a little drive around? Just me,
Sure.
even just so I can. I know you don't want me up there walking around. But maybe you could just drive me around.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Sir, thank you
I appreciate it.
I
Thank
bet
you.
he's feeling so important.
He initially
He's going to drive him around. He failed to mention that he just got a DUI. But okay, I'm down.
agreed to take me on the property, but then changed his mind. He says he wants the focus to remain on Summer and finding whoever took.
Okay, so he changed his mind. He didn't want to take him around the property because he wants to keep the focus on Summer. But isn't that where Summer got abducted, Dawn? Wouldn't that be a very important tour to give him, is of the property that she got abducted from when we were home and we were not paying attention?
Yeah, the only thing they could show him is some steep ass hill that you couldn't even carry a kid down. It just, yeah, that is so telling. This video is absolutely telling.
Yep. Buckle up, buddy. This is going to be a big show.
We love our daughter with all our hearts. We miss her. We'd do anything to have her back in that church with us that she so loves.
The sheriff says the Wells are cooperating, but that there's no evidence at this point that Summer was kidnapped or abducted.
Is it possible that Summer's parents, Candace and Dawn, had something to do with this, or have you ruled that out?
We haven't ruled anything out.
That's it. We haven't ruled anything out.
There it is.
And at this time, this was like I think this might have been filmed in October. I know this newscast was like from mid-November. Okay, still. How long would it take to rule them out if they're innocent? I'm saying maybe a week at the most. Here we are. Today's Groundhog Day, but it's Groundhog Day every day in this case. We haven't ruled they're not ruled out. Forget it.
Everything's possible.
And right now, detectives say they are looking for a red or maroon pickup truck that may have been in the area around the time that Summer Wells went missing. But even the sheriff today said they have no confirmation that the truck was actually there. They're not even for sure it is definitely connected. There are so many pieces of this puzzle they just haven't figured out yet. But another interesting thing, Marnie, he did confirm for me today that both of Summer's parents did pass a polygraph test.
Which is something I know a lot of people have wondered. Brian, the sheriff says everything is.
And we already put it up there. They don't have to tell them the true results. It seems slimy, it seems dirty, but there's a reason for it. And this is not the only case if that's what's going on here. But we're gonna talk about lie detectors next.
Is on the table. Everyone is a person of interest. They are not ruling anything out. So one theory out there is this thing called the cornbread mafia that we're seeing a lot on social media. What is it? What's the sheriff saying?
So the cornbread mafia is sort of rumored to be this underground mafia network in this area of drug dealers and people who pass drugs around and that kind of a thing. The sheriff says he's not totally aware of it. The Wells family says they had never even heard of it. But what was interesting on Dr. Phil is when it was brought up, that is what sparked Candace Wells to have that emotional moment and walk off screen.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe.
Well, we put that to rest a long time ago. I think that was thrown in there just to get her upset or to see her reaction.
So do I, because the cornbread mafia, they're not nothing. Like they're a bunch of old pot farmers.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that was just used to trip her up. I mean, that was from the behavioral panel. They were doing it, I guess, for a reaction, from what I gather.
And it worked.
Yep. But you ask them where your daughter is and you try to get some kind of emotion that way. Drought. No emotion. Nothing. So what you guys think about Ronnie Lawson? I don't think this is the real Ronnie Lawson, but I do appreciate it. Great job, guys. Keep up the good work. You too, Ronnie.
Exactly. Thank you, Ronnie. Yeah, that video was very telling.
Well, what did you guys think when Dawn said we weren't paying attention? Ronnie Lawson, can I join? You bet, buddy. Any day.
I thought that when he said we, I thought that was very telling, in my opinion.
I think so too. What did you guys think? What did you guys think when he said we weren't paying attention? I mean, is that not big? To me, that's huge. Tiffany, you're right. Beta blockers can help with passing a polygraph. All right. So there's a guy out of Oklahoma City that has been talking about polygraphs. You might think he's a nut. A lot of people do. The government's tried to shut him down several times talking about it. But Ronnie Lawson, you just grabbed the link, buddy. Sarah Perigos, he was home. You heard him say. We weren't paying attention. Now, we open mouth and insert foot a lot, but something like that is not quite the same thing, because if he knew he was at work, he wouldn't have included himself in this scenario. Deborah, I always thought he was home early that day. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth, or horse's ass.
Yeah, he's got my vote on that one, because I think he was home too, period. Always a little bit of truth sprinkled into the lies.
Yep. All right, guys. This is a video from a polygraph expert, I guess you could call him. So this actually tells us a lot. Bear with me. I'll get this going.
I ran polygraph examinations, thousands of them, between 1972 and 1979. And I never once believed that the polygraph was capable of detecting deception. Fear has a definite, distinct smell, a combination of shit and spinach. For 7 years, I would smell that fear every day in my office. It was there when I closed up the office every night, and it was there to greet me the next morning when I entered the office. Polygraph is not a test. It's an intense interrogation, and the only part the polygraph plays is to frighten and intimidate a person into making a confession or an admission. It doesn't record truth or deception. There is no such thing as a lying reaction. It records nervousness. The reaction that would brand you as a liar only indicates deception about 50% of the time. Anybody can pass any lie detector test by simply duplicating the physiological response to fear on demand at the appropriate time. What the polygraph records is your blood pressure, your pulse rate. It also shows what's called the galvanic skin response. That's where electrodes are placed on the first and third fingers of your right hand, and it records the sweat activity in your hand. Then there are pneumograph tubes placed around your chest and stomach that record your breathing. Any number of innocent stimuli can and do cause the exact same reaction that would brand you as a liar. The more well-developed your sense of conscience, the more likely you are to flunk a polygraph examination, and the more of an old thief and the more hardened your conscience, the better your chances of passing it.
Think about what he just said.
Take a quarter out of your pocket and flip that sucker.
Think about what he just said there.
Thief, and the more hardened your conscience, the better your chances of passing it.
So if you had this premeditated and you had already convinced yourself of how it was going to be, like he said, the more hardened your conscience is, the easier it is to pass it.
Take a quarter out of your pocket and flip that sucker. If it's heads, they're lying. If it's tails, they're telling the truth. That's exactly the same degree of accuracy that this polygraph instrument has. In order to pass a polygraph examination, you have to understand how polygraph is scored. There are two different types of questions, relevant and control. Now, the relevant questions are obviously those that pertain to the point at issue. Is your first name Jenna?
Yes.
Did you tell the complete truth on your job application?
Yes.
Control questions then are interspersed. Have you ever stolen anything? Have you ever lied to anyone who trusted you? Besides what you've told me, have you ever lied to get out of trouble?
No.
You have to show no reaction whatsoever on the relevant questions. Is your first name Jenna? That's your first relevant. Nice and calm and even, no major fluctuations at all. And you have to show a reaction on the control questions, because what they do is they compare your reactions. Now, here's your first control question. See how high that GSR went, how erratic the breathing? You can tell that. Take that across the street and you can tell which question bothered you.
Yeah.
And here's relevant again. Nice and calm, nice and calm, nice and calm. Now, how do you do this? So utterly simple. On all the relevant questions, you think about laying on the beach and watching the waves gently rolling into the shore, thinking nice, calm, relaxing thoughts. Is there anything in your background that would disqualify you from getting this job?
No.
On the control questions, you think about falling off of a building and smashing your guts out on the sidewalk below.
Whew, dear God, buddy. This guy knows his stuff.
No doubt.
Besides what you've told me, have you ever stolen anything else?
No.
Thinking of that frightening scenario induces a stress reaction that causes a reaction on the control questions. No reaction on the relevance, reaction on the controls. Pass. Freshly ground coffee. Can't be beat. For the past 35 years, I have dedicated my life to exposing the waste, fraud, and abuse in the polygraph industry. And as a reward, the government is now trying to imprison me for upwards of 100 years and fine me $1.5 million. How dare you file federal criminal charges against me for protesting the use of this polygraph and demonstrating what a ridiculous instrument it is. The devil hates to be mocked, and I'm mocking them every chance I get, exposing them for frauds, con men, and manipulative bastards.
Ooh.
Well, when they don't want to hear the truth, we know what happens. I know who does want to hear the truth, though. Hello, our friend Matrix.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up, Brooks and Kevin?
Not
What's
much.
up, my man?
What you've been saying in Discord about the lie detector test has really got everybody buzzing. So I know you've been doing a lot of research on it. What'd you think of that video?
It's from what I've seen about polygraph tests, it's accurate. It's only between 50 and 60% effective, and that's if an expert is looking at it.
An expert. See, we don't know who administered this. Some people say
Exactly.
It's TBI. Some people say the FBI did it. We've all seen the Chris Watts tape, so I say we all have. Yeah, he failed his miserably, but I kind of think his crime was definitely I don't think it was planned the way theirs was. But anyway, go ahead, Matrix. Sorry.
Yeah, well, no, the guy who came up with the lie detector test also came up with Wonder Woman, and he was a pioneer in polyamory. They actually made a movie about it with some really famous actors. So that's one cool thing about them. But yeah, lie detectors, they're there to scare people. I mean, plain and simple. Because Chris Watts wouldn't have, they didn't ask him to do the lie detector test, he wouldn't have offered. I know that much. Hello? You both
Oh, I
muted.
hear you, buddy. I'm listening, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
we were
there's
listening
Brooke.
to you. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say. Still kind of getting used to all this, so sorry.
Nope, that's fine. I just thought that, that what this guy said, I mean, makes all the sense in the world. I mean, I understand he's in trouble for speaking the truth, but like you said, sometimes the devil doesn't like the truth. We also saw, and I'm going to put it back up because I think it's really important what Kevin found right here. Nearly all states still allow police to lie to suspects about the results of lie detector tests.
Yeah, and I think that's been on the books since the 50s too.
Yeah. So that's a big one right there. That's a big, big one.
Well, cops are allowed to lie to you in general.
Yeah, they are.
So why wouldn't they lie about the polygraph test?
Well,
Yeah,
and they have the right to not tell us anything. I mean,
Exactly.
even when you have a public outcry going, what's going on, they don't have to tell you anything. They can flat out lie.
Well, they got we have to preserve the integrity of the investigation.
Mhm.
That's their major one.
Mhm.
yeah. And your comment about whether it was asked about abduction or murder or foul play, whatever you want to call it, I thought that was. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I mean, I was just sometimes stuff just comes to me, and I'm like sitting here going, "Wait a minute." Because I mean, the cops would have asked them about a missing child, not murder, and I was like, "Well, that's how they passed it. If you think you're going down there to get a lie detector for murder, when you find out it's for an abduction, you're going to be really relaxed after that, and you'll be able to pass it, no problem. You just got to believe what you're saying."
Well, and I'm also looking at the comment on the screen. I don't know if you can see the screen or not, Matrix. Just my opinion, Chris Watts wasn't a career criminal, unlike Don and Candace. I believe that as well. And if you go back to the video we just watched where the guy said, if you have a hardened conscience, as in you've been getting away with shit for years, a hardened conscience, you're not going to have any problem passing a polygraph. So yeah, I really agree with that, Tracy. Really agree. Scorpion. Child abuse, drug addiction, professional liars. These parents are 100% guilty. Yep. So I kind of think that we've put the whole lie detector thing to rest with Matrix's help. That's awesome. Because I know some people are really hung up on it. And we know
Exactly.
that police can lie to them about the results. Police can lie to us about the results. It can't be used in court. We just saw that video where that guy's talking about how easy they really are to pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you can smoke pot, do benzos, or just believe what you're saying. I mean, Bundy, I think they gave Bundy 3 lie detector tests, and he passed all of them. And the Green River
Bundy,
Killer passed too.
yeah. Well, Bundy's an enigma. That dude defended himself in court, and the jury loved him.
Oh yeah, when the judge sentenced to him, he was like, "I'm sorry you went the other way. You would have been a good lawyer," and then sentenced him. I was like, I mean, I was a kid when he got sentenced. I was like, what? But he did a pretty good job for being his first time.
Yeah, he did a great job. Crazy. Hell, Don would defend himself in court. Look at crazy Letitia Staunch. I'm gonna be my own attorney.
Yeah, that lasted
Get
for
ready.
what, a week?
Yeah, they were just like, yeah, Don would try it. I mean, he did before. When he went for his DUI, he didn't want an attorney. He'll just take care of himself. That's what we're dealing with here. That's what we're dealing with here. DT driver, the polygraph can commit innocent people and free guilty ones. Yeah.
Well, the innocent ones will fail it, and the guilty ones will pass it.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Well, I mean, if you haven't had, a lie detector system in the CIA, when you go to work for them, you got to take like 5 lie detector tests.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that was a very interesting statement you just said.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's
It
why
was.
that's why the government's mad at this guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and he's going to get sentenced. I don't think he's going to shut up.
I doubt it. I doubt he's going to shut up either.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So
Vic-
they have to take 5 polygraphs, you say, right?
Yeah, it's around that. I mean, when you
Wow.
go in for the first interview before they even talk to you, they give you a polygraph.
That tells me a lot right there.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to do it because they have all the secrets, old and new.
That's a really good point. They do have all the secrets. Victoria, when does Dawn go to court for the DUI? Monday. So yeah, they do like what, 4, 5, 6. I've heard different stories. I mean, I don't know. And like I said, and this guy's explaining, these are easy to pass. Very easy.
Yep.
This is what I love about this community. You think outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, because I mean, Discord was it was lit the F up. And I was like, what's going on? And they were like, look what Matrix said. Kevin texted me, and I was like, wow. And you've been doing a lot of research on this.
I thought it was brilliant, bro. Seriously. I did.
Well,
that is a very, very smart observation for sure.
Well, I have a lot of time on my hands, so if I find something interesting, I have the time to research it. So, I mean, that's what I do with the lie detector.
I guarantee you, Summer, Harmony, Gannon, all them, they appreciate it, buddy.
Yep. Oh, I thought it was genius. And I just thought that video where that guy lines it out for us, and especially when he said, if you have a hardened conscience, which look at them, we've seen their mugshots, they're used to getting away with things, it's not going to be a problem for you. You have someone like Chris Watts, and he's going to respond to fear because he knows he's guilty. He knows what he did. Of course, I mean, he failed it miserably.
Yes, he did.
Yep. Well, do you guys have a second? I want to look at part 2 of Kat's video. Then we're going to do Kevin's daily rant. You got a second, Matrix? I want everyone to look at this because, again, Kat knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
She always does.
You buckled up, Kevin?
I got my seatbelt strapped, girlfriend.
All right, because this is really good. Kat's not in here. I'm going to message her and tell her we're getting ready to show her stuff.
Yeah, she's absolutely awesome at this, for sure.
I like the way Kat's voice is.
This is part 2 of a series that I'm currently making called 6 Candles for Summer. If you missed part 1, please go to my channel, Cat Chats Crime and Coffee, and check it out. Then come back and watch part 2. Thank you for watching my videos. Please hit subscribe so you don't miss the next part. Hi everyone, welcome back to 6 Candles for Summer. This is part 2. In part 2, I'm going to look more closely at the Chris McDonough interviews with Candace earlier on in this case. Remember, this series is about looking at events that have changed and shaped the course of our thinking about Summer Wells in the time since June 15th. So I'm focusing mostly on what these interviews helped us learn about Summer as we continue to honour her story. At the time of their release, the series of interviews Candace gave to Chris McDonough caused a huge stir in the community. It was the first insight we were really able to glean about who Summer is. Within the first few minutes of the interview at the swimming hole, we learned that Summer loves Paw Patrol. She loved to swim and fish and be outside. Her father had mentioned in a previous interview that being outside would be her downfall. So naturally, the interview at the watering hole arose a lot of thoughts and discussion around possible scenarios that could have happened to Summer that.
I'm glad that Kat brought that up. I meant to pause it before. Her father mentioned that being outside, could be her downfall. What about the dungeon, Dawn? That was great that Kat mentioned that. That was
That's a
amazing.
great point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was.
That's why we all have to get together and remind each other of all the insanity, because there's been so much.
That day. Suspicions were reinforced because of a conflict in stories between what the young boy H had told Chris McDonough versus the story told by Summer's mother Candace. At this time, this may have been somewhat insignificant if it wasn't for the story told by H that Summer went under the water for 10 to 12 seconds. He noticed and said he threw off his shirt and jumped in to rescue Summer, an incident that never happened, according to Candace. But there were other inconsistencies between the two interviews. Another difference was the story that an alcoholic drink was bought and either given to or taken by the young boy H. In the midst of these stories somewhere was Summer Wells, apparently happy and confident swimming in the waterhole. Her mother made TikTok videos while she played in the water. Her mother described Summer during the interview as a happy-go-lucky child. She loved to play and was the best little girl anyone could imagine. And at this point, Summer's story, very little had been shown to the contrary. Summer's grandmother was picking flowers and Hunter was apparently playing in the water with Summer. To all intents and purposes, this seems as though it could have been a sublime moment for a 5-year-old child. It is only with hindsight that there is some foreshadowing in that interview of what may have truly transpired that day. I can imagine the story being told by Candace and H of what happened at the waterhole that day was somewhat different to the truth of what actually happened to Summer. Many deep dives have been made into what occurred at Warrior State Park that day, and with the discrepancies in the story and the concerning behaviour of Summer's mother when seemingly reliving events, suggests to me that this was an integral part of something that happened and contributed to Summer's demise on June 15th.
I'll follow you on which direction.
Everything's slow motion now.
I know.
Having visited the waterhole with Candace, Chris then took us up.
Let's talk about that real quick. That's something that we haven't talked about in quite a while, and I'm glad that Kat showed that clip. Everything's in slow motion now. What do you guys think that means?
Well, in my opinion, she is man. How do I say this? She is reliving whatever happened to Summer, in my opinion. But in my opinion, also, I don't think anything happened at the swimming hole. That's just my opinion. But Damnedest was definitely triggered by something.
Mm-hmm. I believe so too, because she started acting really odd looking at that water. I don't really think anything happened there. I just think looking at that water, she remembers the day. Deb said PTSD. Cammie said related to traumatic event. Yep. Hey, we got some new names in here. You guys smash that sub button. Give it a like.
So something just hit me, and this is my opinion. So was Summer's downfall happened in water somewhere? It's just a thought.
Mm-hmm. Well, and right there, Sarah, you only feel things are in slow motion when something traumatic is happening. And then we have Dr. Clark, who remembers deflection and opposite day, or a fat freaking lie now that we know her. There you go.
Well, I think it's interesting on that video where Candace is like, well, kids disappear every day. I mean, she really dug her heels into that one. And that struck me as odd.
But then Clark, that was a great point. You can't believe any damn thing. Is this just a damn show by Mom Patrol?
Mom Patrol.
I think she was actually really showing some emotion and something was really hitting her. I think it was smart, instead of just sitting at a coffee shop and talking to her, he wanted to go to the water park. Not the water park, but to the swimming hole.
And that's a great point. And like I just said, in my opinion, something triggered Candace right there.
Mm-hmm.
And is it water that triggered her? Is that how Summer, in my opinion, may have passed away in water, but not at the horse pond? Something about that area and something about that water triggered Candace, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, because but Summer was seen alive after the swim hole. They were at Priceless when they were getting the milk and cheese. It took an hour. Hunter said she was sitting in the truck,
Thank you for that, because so what exactly triggered Candace? It's very interesting. I don't have all the answers.
But it's the last place that she was with Summer while she was still alive.
Great point.
That's probably what
great
triggered her.
Point.
And she was having fun.
Yeah, we've seen the video. I don't really I don't really play the video too much because it does have Hunter in it, but it's on her TikTok. You guys can go look at it. Let's see what else. Oh, Kat's at college, but she's listening. Everyone tell Kat hi.
Hi, Kat.
Thank you, Kat. Hi.
Victoria
Your videos
said trauma.
are awesome.
Victoria said trauma. A lot of people are saying traumatic event. Angel is an ex-psych nurse, and she's saying trauma. I love this community, guys. You have no idea. Like I said, I'm not biased. I'm telling you the truth. You guys are the best chat and best community on YouTube. Smart, smart, smart.
Up to Summer's home on Ben Hill Road. To me, to many of us, it became apparent during this interview that Summer had been living in what I can only describe as appalling conditions. Most of us were astonished when we saw the inside of Summer's home, and particularly her bedroom. Candace mentioned they had moved the beds around since Summer's disappearance, but the environment did not seem safe for children. By this point, Summer's 3 brothers had been taken by CPS, and from what we saw in the Chris McDonough interviews at the house, I found it somewhat easy to understand why. It is true that not every family is rich. Not all have money to put into their house, but this was even more disturbing to me than that. During the waterhole interview, Candace had repeated the story of Summer going down into the playroom. Yet when Chris McDonough went down that dark and dangerous staircase to the basement, there were very few toys, almost no natural light. The room was not decorated and had no proper flooring. It certainly did not look like a comfortable, homely, or suitable environment for a 5-year-old child. For me, at this point was when I really began to feel concerned for Summer. How was she safe and cared for in this environment? Many photos that have been shared online of Summer began to raise alarm bells for me.
When the photos started coming out and they were all on Candace and Don's Facebooks. Now, mind you, Don didn't really use his Facebook. He really started using it about, I'd say, the week after Summer went missing. So when we started seeing the pictures of Summer, I was apprehensive of showing them, and I'm glad that she brought this up. But what really hit it home for people that were still on the fence is the McDonough interviews. When we saw her room. Do you guys agree with me?
Yes.
100%. And this photo right here really bothers me because, in my opinion, that is definitely a black eye.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yep.
Almost sealed one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she has a black eye too. Kat said, so much love for Summer. Well, we have a lot of love for you, Kat.
Photos of her looking sad, hurt, unhealthy, and malnourished began to emerge. For the first time for me, I could begin to imagine that Summer was suffering neglect in that home.
I always hated that Candace took this picture. It's like she's taunting her. She's clearly unhappy, and she posted it. Candace took joy in Summer being tormented. You can see it in her pictures.
Well,
And that's a fact.
Look at Don at when he was on that Ferris wheel, and one of the boys pushed Summer down. He was like, "That's some funny stuff right there."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She didn't have a chance.
Yep, you took the words right out of my mouth. She didn't have a chance. Nope.
And Brooke, she posted this on social media, right? This picture.
Yeah, this is from Candace's, one of her many Facebooks. She got like 5 of them.
What the hell?
I don't know how they do it. Like, I think Don has like 2 or 3. His ex-wife, some people say they're still married, Pamela, has like 18. I swear to God, Facebook pages. If I try to make a sock account, Facebook, like if I'm in Facebook jail and I try to make another account, swear to God, Facebook has it figured out in 30 minutes and they already have it zapped, gone. Not them. Not them. God, damnedest thing I've ever seen. But no, these pictures upset me to no end. She captured and shared Summer's torment. That is very bad.
And understand that there may have been deeper reasons why her brothers were removed. For Summer, this was her life for 5 years. She knew no different. I would not have expected anything different for her life at that age. For a child whose parents both expressed how much she loved to be outdoors, they made her bedroom dark, cold, and lifeless. This interview was another pivotal moment for me in this sad case, and the second candle for Summer is to shine some light into that dark space for her. There are several videos analysing the details of the interviews, but my main focus in this series is to try and think about Summer's experience. Lighting 6 candles for Summer's 6th birthday in remembrance of her and to honour her story. Thank you for watching part 2 of 6 Candles for Summer. Coming up in part 3, I'll be looking at some of the behaviours and actions that we've seen from her parents over the last 7 months. Some of these events have shifted our perspective somewhat towards the experience that Summer may have had. I'll be taking a closer look at those examples and seeing if we can really find the heart of Summer within that family. Thank you very much for listening. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button so that you don't miss part 3 of my 6-part series, 6 Candles for Summer.
Great job, Kat.
She did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that last shot of Summer's bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
If that's not horrific and turn your stomach, I don't know what will. That is absolutely appalling, horrific. Just, I cannot believe that little girl was forced to live down in that freaking dungeon.
Right. Well, we're going to go over part 3 tomorrow, and we're also going to talk about the 1%. We have some FBI information from the card unit about the 1%. So the 1% is abductions. And it's really eye-opening. Now, what I'm going to put up tomorrow, it covers all ages of children. So some doesn't apply to Summer, but we know what to pick out and what we don't. What pertains to and what doesn't. So, Kevin, you ready for your daily rant?
Yes, ma'am. Bring it.
Bring it.
Oh, bullshit. Today, my rant is about these love reality TV shows. I was just The Bachelor, all them kind of shows. Since when is reality TV a place to meet a marriage partner? Absolutely unbelievable. Showing the behavior in these reality love shows just drives me insane because like the one show, the the bachelor, whatever, he's a millionaire or he's not, and these girls just follow this, and they want to marry, and and the guy doesn't even have any money, but they still go after him and show all their, I don't know what you want to call it, but the ridiculousness, on a show. You know, that's part of the damn problem in this world, in my opinion. It just, these shows are just unbelievable. They show everything. I mean, kissing and the bed and all that kind of stuff, on TV, subjecting yourself to that kind of exposure. And it's probably just so you can become famous or rich, when really all you're going to end up with is a failed marriage, period. I know it's for TV, but it's absolutely ridiculous to even, in my opinion, to participate in such nonsense. But then there's other times, yeah, I do laugh at it. I don't watch them, I'll see clips of commercials and stuff here and there, but I know what they're all about. And I just think it's so funny and ridiculous that that's what it's come to, that kind of trash. And I just, in my opinion, I wish they'd take every one of them off TV. But, that's my opinion. There's tons of people that love the entertainment, but to put yourself out there in one of these shows and act like a damn lunatic, and just to, like I said, to get fame, fortune, or whatever, I just find it so totally ridiculous. And I hope one day they shut every one of these shows off. And that's my rant, Brooks.
Awesome rant. And I've got good news for you. Tiffany Ray said today's a rose ceremony, and she has a rose for you.
I know what she's talking about. And I'll tease my sister too, because my sister watches them. But
now
it's all in fun, I guess.
Think about this, Kevin. Think about this, okay? And would you watch it? I want you to think. Let's just say Candace gets arrested on Friday for Summer's birthday. What if Dawn is on The Bachelor?
Hope.
Oh my God.
What if Dawn was on The Bachelor?
You know what? And I'm laughing right now, but with his behavior, he would love every second of that, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah, he would.
To be the Don Juan. He's already got women falling over him. That is unbelievable.
Thinking about the women that are going to show up to get a rose from Dawn. I think we're going to have to.
Where are they going to have the show at, on 110 Ben Hill Hill?
Yeah. Well, he can't really leave the state. We're going to have to do it there.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be doing a reality show, all right. And he'll be up there with Mr. Duggar and all them.
Yeah, the show he's going to be on is 60 Days In.
There you go. Yeah, that was a great comment, Matrix. Yeah, Don, 60 Days In, buddy.
That'd be a great show for him. And they're always hiring. They're always hiring. Sarah said, stop saying that. Did you hit your head, Brooks? I just think it would be an interesting show. It'd be an interesting show. Candace in the pokey, Don still on the loose. He's got to have someone to be at Wells Manor. Got to have someone for all that upkeep. Don could be the next Bachelor.
Let's see how Don handles that statement.
Kayla girl said, married at first sight.
Married at first sight.
Oh, see, I wish I knew all the titles to all the shows, because then I could have made it a lot more funny. But it is so ridiculous, isn't it? Seriously. I mean, since when do you find somebody that you're going to love for the rest of your life on some damn show, whether they have $1 million or not? That is absolutely a marriage that is going to fail instantly.
I think there's only one
Oh.
marriage that did go bad for The Bachelor.
Yeah, wasn't it
really?
the Bachelorette, Trish or whatever?
Yeah. I think she's still married to the guy that she was on the show with.
Well, that's a damn miracle.
Okay,
You know?
everyone has got some answers for us. Scorpion isn't worried about Don being on The Bachelor because he said he's going to hook up with Grandis after Candace gets gone. Jules said that the reality show they need to be on is called Intervention. I agree.
Oh, there you go. That was great.
Tiffany.
That was a great comment.
Tiffany, I love this for when Don's on The Bachelor. Instead of giving out a rose, give everyone a red hoodie. That way he's got a taste of home. You know what I mean? She fits in. She fits in the yard. Get her a TikTok app and a red hoodie.
So he's replacing
these
Candace.
Comments are great. Oh, you can only go find comments like this here in this channel.
Only here. Only here.
Only here.
Well, guys, I'm going to start winding down the show. But before we do, we have a very good friend in chat. Great moderator, great friend. It's her birthday today. So everybody, let's take a second to wish Momo happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Momo.
Happy birthday, Momo.
This is
I hope your day is stellar.
Me too.
Yes, I hope you have a wonderful day.
I know I did.
I did.
Here's a little happy birthday mambo for you.
Oh, this is great.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
That was awesome. I felt like
I love
grabbing my
jazz music.
castanets.
You felt like
I felt like
I was
grabbing my
dancing.
castanets and
I was
dancing.
dancing.
Yeah, me too. So were the squirrels
the squirrels were dancing too.
with their castanets.
There you go. I love jazz
They were-
music.
So that was awesome. But happy birthday, Momo.
Yes, happy birthday, Momo.
Happy birthday, Momo. It almost sounded like La Bamba there for a minute in there. That guy was really tearing it up.
Yeah, it did. It sounded like Richie Valens, right?
A little bit. Yeah, I loved it. We had another
too.
comment while Momo's happy birthday was going from Alicia. Another idea for a show. Spackler's Gone Wild.
That is great. Drywaller's gone wild. Oh,
That's pretty good.
we got to do something with that for sure.
There's so much content out of the reality shows we can put Dawn in.
Yes, we could.
Well, in the meantime, we're going to send you guys off into your day. Matrix, thank you for all the research and hard work you did on this, because it was awesome.
Well, thank you. Can I say something real quick?
You go for it, buddy.
The reason why we have the best chats and the best mods is because you created this place for all of us. I mean, you always say, congratulating the mods and everything, but you should take congratulations for yourself at least once in a while, Brooks.
Thank you.
Because
thanks, Matrix.
we all love you.
Well, I love
and
you.
We all love Kevin.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. This is, yeah, I agree 100% of what you just said, Matrix. Brooks, you give people a place to vent, man. And that is so damn important because we're not the, us up here talking, we're not the only people that are totally invested in these kids and these horrific things. And I just want to thank you, too, for giving everybody a place to vent.
Every day. I love you guys. I'm like I said, I'm not biased. Best chat on YouTube. Best chat on YouTube. Julie, you're the best. We do have the best channel, the best community. What makes it the best is all of you.
Exactly. We'd be talking to the squirrels if it wasn't for all you guys. And man, my heart goes out to every one of you.
Now let's all get Kat to make a video featuring Dawn as the Bachelor or Spackling Gone Wild.
I think
that
it should
is
be
something
Spackling
she
Gone
has
Wild.
to do. Yeah, she has to do that. That will be epic, in my opinion.
I think so. Well, Matrix, I appreciate you coming up, and as always, love visiting with you in Discord and everything. Thank you again for all the research you did on this case.
Okay, well, thank you for having me up, and thank you for having a place to go. I'm gonna jump down right now. So.
All right, bye, my friend. Talk to you in a minute.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, chat.
All right, Kev, time to wind it down. Big T's mom. Don't know anyone, but love you guys. Hey, we're easy to get to know. We don't bite. Hit that sub button. We had a lot of new names in here. We're here every day at 9 a.m. Central Time.
And I want to tell everybody in closing that make sure you hug and give your kids a kiss today because you never know. And if you don't have kids or, tell a family member. If you don't have a family member, tell your dog, your pet, whatever, your cat, your hamster, whatever. But most of all, tell yourself. Love yourself because you are loved, whether you know it or not.
You got that right, buddy. Gotta love yourself or you treat everybody else like garbage. Hey, guys, we're going to be back here in an hour and a half, okay? It's going to be kind of a tricky show to do. It's about two Texas brothers and a friend of theirs that killed the stepfather for SA on the sister. They're in jail.
Ooh.
And I know we can get it done. I know we can get it done, us as a community, discuss this and what we think the solution should be. It's a nasty one to talk about, but I know we as a community can get it done. So we're going to see you guys back here in an hour and a half. It's gonna be it's gonna be a trigger happy episode. So just preparing you in advance. So please come back in an hour and a half because I want to hear all of your thoughts on this. In the meantime, again, we do have the best mods. Boy, that goes without saying. I don't know how they do it. Best chat. That's hands down. Best community. Come see me on Facebook. Come join the Discord. And in the meantime, we're going to see you back here in an hour and a half. Happy birthday, Momo. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.